and welcome to episode 5 of the Mountain Sage Fiber Co. knitting podcast. My name is Elizabeth and I am coming to you from a very, very cold southern Idaho. My family and I live outside the Boise area. We've been here about 3 years and we have not made it out of the 20s for a week. And we have a little bit of snow on the ground today. So winter is here and we've all been having to bundle up. I've been pulling out all the hand knits and definitely have been very thankful to wear them. But that bone cold just kind of wears on you a little bit. So it'll be nice to see the sun again whenever that happens. Anyway, I have no finishes. Ooh, I have one finish since the last time that we met, but they're in the hamper because I wore them for Thanksgiving and I haven't cleaned them yet. And those are my Thanksgiving socks. They are posted on Instagram. So if you are curious, you can go head over there and check those out. I'm Mountain Sage Fiber Co. on Instagram, all lowercase. Pretty easy to find me. So I have no finishes this week, but I do have several works in progress to show you. And I have, excuse me, I have a small shop update to bring to you as well. So let's get into it. So I don't know if I had showed this last time, but I remember I did. I started a Musselburgh hat. And there's a little bit of drama that goes along with this one. So I was knitting along, and noticed that I was running out of yarn and wasn't anywhere near ready for decreases. And I had been following along with Kay's progress, the crazy sock lady. She just finished one, and out of my yarn actually. And so I was following along and I was like, okay, surely we're knitting relatively the same size. I'm pretty sure the same needle. And she was able to get the hat out of a full skein of yarn. And here I am, not even at the decreases, and I'm already like thinking we're gonna get into a game of yarn chicken. So I went back and I looked at the pattern, and sure enough, operator error. I did, I think, too many increases. And so I had too many stitches on my needle for the size that I needed. And I think I had like 16 inches knit. So I ripped it all the way back to the start, I ripped it all the way back to the start of the stockinette section. So I had this whole thing, and now we're back to this. It's so sad. It's sad, but at the same time, I know it's now going to be right. So it's in timeout for a little bit. And also I put it in timeout because I ordered a fixed set of needles. So I'm knitting this on a 2.75 millimeter needle. And I didn't have a 16 inch, like my cable and my interchangeables, it was too long to get it all on one needle without having to do magic loops. So I ordered a 16 inch fixed needle, and now it's all on one cable with room to spare, and we should be good to go. So there's a couple of other whips I'm really focused on right now because they just are entertaining to me. So when I'm ready to get back to this is good to go and on the more ergonomical needle for the project. So I don't even know if that's the right word. Efficient? Maybe efficient's the right word. It's on the more efficient needle. So this is out of my Twinkling Lights colorway. This has been my most popular colorway in my shop. I have a few skeins there waiting for new homes if you are so inclined to get that one. It is on my fingering weight base, my Sage sock base. It's 85% superfine superwash merino, 15% nylon, 4-ply, and it is so smushy. Yeah, okay, so that's my Musselburgh hat. I also started a new pair of socks. These are, I actually have a picture to show you here. Bear with me a second. It's black and white, but you should get the idea. Okay, these are the Diamond in the Light socks by Paper Daisy Creations. And then I have a much closer up picture here without showing you the pattern. There we go. So Diamond in the Light socks, Paper Daisy Creations, and this is actually one pattern in a set of 4, and the theme for the pattern set was Twilight. And back in my youth, I was really into those books, and the scenery in the movies is beautiful. The Pacific Northwest is gorgeous, and so, you know, the aesthetic of it has just kind of stayed with me even into adulthood. So when they released that pattern set, I was kind of super excited about that. So it is the only pattern in the set that is toe up. So this is actually my first pair of toe up socks ever, believe it or not. But the pattern is very well written. It is super easy to follow, and these are turning out really nicely. So here's what I have so far. We start at the toe, and you can see that stitch pattern. So pretty. I've got the heel done. My goodness, got the heel done, and I'm working up the leg. Got a little stitch, progress keeper from Lock and Lou, a little hot cocoa. There's a snowman on it. Hang on. There we go. So cute. So yeah, these are, they're faux cables. So you do left twist and right twist, which I'm sure for some probably is a little, seems a little finicky, but once you get going with it, they're not hard at all. And that way you're not having to use cable needle, or if you cable without a needle like I do, you don't have to drop stitches from the needle and pick them back up. So yeah, these are turning out really nice. This is yarn from very, very deep stash. This is a Rogue skein from Hazel Knits, and I don't remember what the actual colorway was for this, but it's just this beautiful, like, kind of mushroomy grayish color. And I don't know why it was considered a Rogue when I bought it, because I haven't found a flaw with it yet. It's beautiful. So the other 3 pairs of socks in this collection, I already have yarn picked out for. So I want to show that to you real quick. So I can grab these out here. Oh, that one lost the label. So this is all deep stash. But here is going to be the color palette for this set of socks. Oh goodness. There we go. So yeah, I think very twilighty, Pacific Northwest vampire-y color scheme going on here. So I'm excited about that. I will put those back later. I'm not even going to attempt right now. Okay, so those are Diamond in the Light socks. And let me think. I had another pair of socks that I showed last week. They were just a plain stockinette. I haven't touched those. They're kind of sitting, they're in the other room. They're sitting in timeout, not timeout, but they're just sitting off to the side. I usually try to keep a plain vanilla sock going. It's It's kind of like a little pocket sock. So if I'm going somewhere like waiting room or somewhere that I just kind of have some time being idle, I like to have a pocket sock with me just to have something for my hands to do. So I haven't worked on that, but I definitely have plans to get it done. Okay, so I put up a poll a couple days ago in my Instagram stories, basically saying like, imagine you have, you know, this on the needles. Would you? And the options were cast on something new with abandon, or at least finish a pair of socks first. So the consensus was to cast on with abandon, although the responsible side of me is slightly screaming about this. But I cast on with abandon, and I am doing, hold on, let me show you the pattern first. I'm doing the Harley Pullover. This is a pattern by, let me find it. Oh my goodness. Bear with me. Okay, this is a pattern by Jenny Williams. It was featured in the Knit Picks catalog, which is where I found it. And let me show you sweater. Let me show you a picture. So here's the Harley Pullover. And it starts with this collar, and you knit it flat, and then I believe you're going to join it, like Kitchener it together, and then you pick up the stitches along the base and knit, you know, like a normal raglan, and then you come back and you fold down the hem for the little drawstring there at the neck. Yeah, so super cute sweater. I'm thinking, because if I remember correctly, reading through comments from other people that have done this pattern, they were struggling with the hem rolling up. They were having trouble keeping it like laying flat. So I like the cable rib here, but I was thinking about possibly working out like an I-cord bind off on the hem, just so it has like a nice smooth finish. Like this is bound off, I think, in pattern, and you can see it just looks kind of ripply to me. And so I thought maybe doing an I-cord bind off, which would complement the drawstring, might be a neat idea and might keep it a little bit more stable. I don't know. Tell me in the comments if that is completely incorrect or if I should give it a go. Let me know what your thoughts on that are. I'm going to keep thinking about that. So anyway, there's the Harley. This is a pattern that I have been wanting to do for years. And I just, to my own detriment, just kept putting other projects in front of it. So I started it last night, and I'm using a yarn from Lolo Did It. It is, what's the color called? Let me see if I have the label in here. Oh, I don't have it with me. Something pink. Oh shoot. I'll put it down in the comments. It's this beautiful baby pink DK weight, and here is my start on the collar. So here's what we have so far, and then this reverse stockinette bit, there we go, it's gonna fold down, and then it'll form the casing for the drawstring. So super excited about that. This yarn is always so nice to work with. Yeah. These are the only set of US 5 needles, DPNs that I have, and I haven't used them in so long. They are the Collage, can you see that? Collage yarns, they're the squares. So they're not as pointy as I prefer, but they're getting the job done. So that's really all I can ask from them. Yeah, so there is that. What else do I have? I think that is it for whips. Okay, so let's move into a shop update. I have been a little busy this weekend getting some things going. So I introduced a new yarn to the shop. It is going to be called Sage Twist, and it is a high twist sock yarn, fingering weight. I wanted to, those of you who follow me on Instagram, you probably remember I put a poll out kind of asking your thoughts on what base I should bring in next. And I gave a few options. I think I gave high twist sock, stellina sock, mohair, and a worsted. And the winner was the stellina sock, which that's the one that I really wanted to bring in. However, the mill is out of that at the moment, probably because of Christmas and all the other dyers had already bought it up. So we went with the high twist sock, and I have been dyeing it up as, let me get labels off while I talk. I've been dyeing it up starting with some tonals from my Winter Magic collection. And I did do a couple on Twinkling Lights. Let me get these labels off. Okay, so this is what I've got. Yeah, okay. So for high twist socks, so here we've got so far Naval. I'll show them to you one at a time. There's Naval, which is this beautiful, oh my gosh, beautiful navy blue. Oh, so pretty. We've got Seafoam. We've got Seafoam. And I just introduced this color yesterday. This is Crème Fraiche. It's this beautiful, like creamy, soft yellow. So there's those together, and these are from my Winter Magic collection. So I brought down a skein of Arctic Twilight. This is not on Twist Sage, but I do have plans to bring it in on Twist Sage pretty soon. So remember, if you remember, here's Arctic Twilight. And I dyed up, I don't have all the tonals from the collection, but so far, we've got there. So you can pair it with Seafoam. You could pair it with Crème Fraiche. And you could pair it with Naval. And I have two more tonals that I'm going to bring in from that collection. I will be bringing in Desert Rose, and I will be bringing in Delft. So yeah, super excited about the new yarn. And then here it is on Twinkling Lights. This has been everybody's favorite, and rightfully so. Yeah, so I've got two skeins of Twinkling Lights High Twist, Sage Twist in the shop. So if this is your jam, then it is there for you. And going back to my Winter Magic collection, I also dyed up Naval on my Sage sock base. So, and my Sage DK. And then I also dyed up Crème Fraiche on DK. And all of these colors will be coming on all of my bases. I just need to get in another order from the mill. So stay tuned. Okay, what else? Oh, sorry, I'm a bit scattered. The Sage Twist, it is a 2-ply, 85% superfine superwash merino and 15% nylon. So still that yummy 85-15 base, but it's in a 2-ply, so it will add a bit more texture to your knit. But if you're doing socks, it will also add just that extra strength to it as well. So this is a really nice option for sock knitting. I was reading an article about the different plies and yarns, and I think I'm going to do a summary on that as a post on Instagram, because it was really fascinating to see different swatches knit in like 3 different plies, 3 different yarns that had different ply counts, and seeing the results of that. It was really interesting. So I think I'm going to do a write-up on Instagram, just to really explain in more detail. So when you're shopping, you can kind of get an idea of you know, how this yarn is going to work with your project. Is it going to add what you want it to, or is it really, maybe I should go a different direction? You know, a different yarn, like a 4-ply or a 2-ply, or, you know, whatever. So yeah. Okay, so that's all I've got. Yeah, I think I'm over a week late. We had company come in for Thanksgiving. My in-laws were here, so time was not on my side. So filming kind of got thrown out the window. And then this last week, coming back from time off for Thanksgiving, really kind of kicked my butt. So yeah, I'm hoping to be back on a regular, like, 2-week schedule moving forward. Ideally I would love to be a weekly podcast. Again, I just don't know if I can knit that much during the week because I work outside the home and the pesky job takes up a bulk of my time. Yeah, so we'll stick with every 2 weeks for now. Anyway, that is all I've got for you. I will stop rambling, and I hope you have had a lovely weekend. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.